Hello everyone, my name is Moji. You're watching a Bitcoin bubble news channel. Bitcoin is going down, so now is the time to sell. Bitcoin is going down around 65,000. Is this just the beginning? We will go back to 50, then 40, then 30, then 20, then 10, and so on. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about some new big news and whether now is a good time to keep your money in the bank. If you don't mind, click subscribe if you've seen videos like this before and like them. Turn on bell notifications. You'll probably watch them again. While you're there, you might as well click subscribe. We do have the old link to Marjax, where you can trade coins with borrowed money right now. They are giving away $5,000 in Boom airdrops, but they aren't the only ones. CoinW, the second link down, is also giving away meme coins. The Jungle is giving away a big 100 million tokens right now. What would this be the same as? Of course, if you win the whole $100 million, you'll get Jungle worth about $6,000. If you want to start, you can use the link below a video. This looks like it would be pretty easy to hit, even easier than the Marjax standards. If you want to give it a try, the link to CoinW is below the video. It starts in 2 days, so you have time to get your account set up, make a deposit, and start trading to get used to the site. As I said, Jungle is just a small meme coin worth about $6 million right now. During this bull run, who knows, it could have a huge jump, and that $6,000 could then grow into something much bigger. T-Mobile and Deutsche Telekom have both agreed to start mining Bitcoin. A Bitcoin is already up and running. Unfortunately, I can't for the life of me remember where I heard this. It was said at BTC Prague today. I didn't know this event was going on, but Deutsche Telekom is like T-Mobile's parent business. In some places, T-Mobile is the business name. But Deutsche Telekom now has the most shares. In fact, T-Mobile is very active in crypto. It was about 4 years ago that I saw it. Deutsche Telekom was working on a Chainlink project. Helium customers can also use T-Mobile Sell tool. If you haven't seen it yet, I made a movie about a $20 a month phone plan that uses free crypto hotspots. It's pretty cool, yes, you can call it Helium if you want to. There's a link to it a little further down the video, and I have a full movie that explains it. But they also offer that service, so it must be a crypto company, right? Now they're talking about mining. Just so you know, T-Mobile is huge. The name is T-Mobile Us. $206 billion is how much they're worth on the market. Think about a business this big putting Bitcoin on their bank sheet and mining Bitcoin. This would be huge, and many of these businesses have to watch out that they don't get taken over and become a heritage. That keeps dying, right? Look at the years of free cash flow. In the beginning, this had negative free cash flow. It only started to turn around in 2023. This is interesting because EBITDA went down, free cash flow went up, EPS went up, gross income went up a lot. But this company has a lot of debt, $66 billion in debt, and only $5 billion in cash. I can see why they might want to do something else, like mine Bitcoin. I can also see why they might want to hold some of their money in Bitcoin. It will be interesting to learn more about how this turns out. However, this is a lot bigger than something like MicroStrategy. The market value of MSTR is about $26 billion. You talk about companies that could probably get a lot of debt and use it to buy more Bitcoin. T-Mobile could do that right now. I don't think they'll do what MicroStrategy did, but if they start mining Bitcoin and keep some Bitcoin on hand, I only see that as a good thing right now. Today, the price of Bitcoin is going down a little. We're now down by 65,000, as you can see. What does this mean? Is it a good time to buy or sell now that we've gone sideways? Look at this. We've been going this way since March 4th. For the past 100 days, the price has been about the same, going up and down by about 10 to 20%. Now, I want to talk about the price of Bitcoin and whether it makes sense to sell it. Some people have said they were selling in the comments, so don't be mean to them. They basically said, hey, Bitcoin isn't moving, I'm going to go put my money in a faster horse. When Bitcoin has been going sideways for a long time, that is a risky game to play because your mind tends to work against you. Usually that's when it goes up or when people are scared. Most of the time, that's when it gets hard because things don't always keep going up. Let's say that Bitcoins and this other cryptocurrency or stock are going through the roof. At some point, it always goes down, and that's when Bitcoin goes up. We also see a lot of fundamental changes in the area like what we were just talking about. That's a good sign. The macro we have looks pretty good. We think that rates will go down over the next year. A lot of big companies are buying, but let's look at some charts first. There is a threat on the chain that caused BTC to drop, and Bitfinex whales cut their long positions. It's possible that some of this is just long stocks being cut down, while other parts could be liquidation. Some of it might be selling, but let's check out 5 signs to see what's going on. If it's time to get away from the Bitcoin peak, the rainbow chart is the easiest of them all because it only shows how Bitcoin has changed over time. A linear growth curve is used in the rainbow chart, a long-term tool for valuing things, to guess what the price might be in the future. The way Bitcoin is going still shows that now is a good time to buy it. We're in this light blue, which is written as buy on this chart. It's not a fire sale, by the way. Not that Bitcoin is dead, but now is a good time to buy, just below the mode of growth. Okay, how about RSI? RSI over 70 Bitcoin has been bought too much and may soon fall. Below $30 Bitcoin has been sold too low and may soon go up in price, as you can see here. Most of the time, the RSI shows lower highs and lower lows during each wave. We're still not even close to where we want to be, which is between 80 and 90 on the RSI. A 200-week moving average heat map is possible. The heat map for the 200-week moving average, it shows the price right now in blue. This means that the price peak has not yet been met, and now is the time to buy and hold. Okay, here's another good chart. Cumulative value coin days destroyed when the price of Bitcoin hits the green line. It means that the price is too low and it's a good time to buy. As of right now, the CVDD shows that Bitcoin has not yet hit its peak. Okay then. The 2-year multiplier, also known as the May multiplier, Bitcoin's price is between the red and green lines. The market hasn't hit the top yet, and it hasn't touched the red line either. I'll show you one more sign now. This one is also easy to follow, but let's look at another one. Buy when the color is below green and sell when it gets close to or above red. Let's take the smart way. This is a very good graph or picture that shows when we usually reach the top of the road. My movies on this subject have already been made. It's known as the Bitcoin spiral. But this is how much Bitcoin costs is shown in a circle that goes around in time. The price of Bitcoin is shown in that circle. Blue is for all-time highs, bottoms that are red, and blue halves as well. We're right here. This is how time goes. This is a year after the general split. It's been 2 years. It's been 3 years. Okay, normally we don't even see an all-time high yet. For example, if you look out here, you won't see an all-time high this early after Bitcoin's rise, but we already saw that. Right now we're still hovering around past all-time highs. This is the first cycle, and it's usually 6 to 8 months after the half. It happened about 3 months after the money was split in half, but again, after having been around for 7 to 8 months, it's been more than 6 months. Then we keep seeing new highs for about a year. We get a sneak peek, and then we fall for a year into a bear market where we've now reached the bottom. Most of the time, people wait until the last minute to leave. Since we've seen this twice in the past 2 years, I think we should be able to see it now. There are, of course, many big factors. You need to think about it, but I think we should too. We still have a lot of time, so sneak out somewhere in here. Most of the time, we wouldn't even be at all-time highs. Yes, we were 6 months early the last 2 times. In fact, we were a year early. But most of the time, we have to wait a little longer. So, of course, I think you should just wait this out. It's possible that prices will drop a lot, but if you remember the last cycle, we went up to 64, then back down to 30, then back up to 66 or 65, or whatever that number was. It's normal for prices to go up and down during a bull market. In order to see some